Hello. Be blessed. Be happy. Be joyous. Be compassionate. Be caring. Be understanding. Be loving. Be respectful. Be trustworthy. I heard these words. I would tell myself. I would talk to myself. I hear the words out loud. Better days are coming. I told myself. Better days are going to come. It's going to get better. You're going to survive. You're going to make it. You'll be able to look back and say, wow, I told myself. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. No matter how hard or how long you cry or how it hurts or how you're depressed, you're down, you're just feeling negative, don't give up. When those days come in like a flood, like, my God, don't give up. It's get better. It really does get better. If you just keep going forward, if you just keep believing in yourself, if you just don't give up, don't let go, you'll see and understand the reason why you went through what you went through. But you'll tell yourself at the time I was going through it, I couldn't see nothing in front of me but sadness. I didn't see this, what I was going through, that it would be for somebody else to help another young single woman. I didn't see that at all. I didn't. Them thoughts never came to my mind. I never even thought about somebody else is going to be helped through what I'm going through my testimony. I didn't even think that. Them words never existed in my vocabulary. Those words never came to my mind, my thoughts, that when I get out of this, I'll be able to talk about it and help another single woman receive her victory, to be a survivor. I never thought about it like that. And even when I got out, I didn't think about, oh, I'm going to help somebody, to show them the way, to direct them so they can get out of this situation, and so they can get out of that lifestyle. No. When I got out of the situation, the lifestyle, that abusive lifestyle, that's the first abusive lifestyle, the first abusive relationship, I kept it hidden. I didn't talk about it. And the thought never came to my mind, talk about it to help somebody else. No, that didn't come to my mind. My mind was on, what am I going to do now? Am I safe now? Can I go forward? What do I do? My mind wasn't on saying, I'm getting ready to help another person, another single woman out, because I'm going to tell her what I went through. I didn't think that way. Only thing that stayed on my mind was the hurt, the evil, the wickedness, the frustration, the bitterness, the anger. One thing came to my mind was fighting words. How I said to myself, how I just detested what I allowed him to do to me. The only thing came to my mind was, you allowed it to happen. You didn't try to escape. I didn't. Excuse that background noise. I didn't try to escape. No. I didn't try to get out. I was too afraid, too scared. Where would I go? Since I rejected my family so much, I saw him every now and then, but, I'm thinking I'm so much in love with this man that, my, family, right now was the last thing that, I thought about talking to my family. Because when I was in a relationship, I didn't talk to him. No. It was like he had, like he was videotaping or recording my every word if I was around somebody. That's how much he had control over me. That I watched my words because I wasn't sure that um, whoever I told what I was going through that they would keep it, or he would find out one way or other that what I was talking about, what I said to somebody. No, I'm talking today. I'm just reminiscing what I went through. Um, just to talk about it, just to let you know that everything is possible if you just believe. And at first, when I was going through it, I didn't believe my, I didn't believe the next day was going to be better than the day before. It was just waking up and whatever happened, happened. If it was a good day, it was a good day. If it was a bad day, it was a bad day. I learned to accept hurt. I wore that outfit of hurt faithfully. Because I was talked about so much. I had no self-esteem. If he said I was this, if he said I was that, yes, that's what I was. If he said I was a no good this, okay, I was a no good this. And if I was to fix myself up, I got in trouble for that. Who you trying to look good for? What you trying to do? Well, you ain't going nowhere. No, you trying to sneak around and do something ain't right. I'm not letting you out of my sight. I think you try to mess around on me. But if he dressed up, I better not say those words. Mm-mm. I better not even thought about saying, where you think you going? Why you dressed up like that? Who you going to see? I better not say that. If he would get dressed, he said, I'm going out. I'll be back. And you better be here when I get back. When I think about those days, and I say to myself, the control, the fear that he had, that I had of him, and the control he had over me was unbelievable. I didn't think no individual could have that much control over another individual until I was in this relationship. I had to watch how I looked at him. I had to listen and be careful what I said, how I said it, when I said it. If he would, come home drunk, I better not say anything. Nope. Like I said, this episode, I just want to just go back over things that I said before, and just open up an understanding of someone who may listen, so they can truly, truly see, feel, and understand. Yeah, I've been there. Man, I know how she feels. Yeah, I had to be what he wanted me to be. I had to do what he wanted me to do. And I better act like I was happy. That's what I told myself. You better be happy about it. No matter how bad it hurt, I couldn't say nothing. Seemed like the more I complain or, thought about complaining, that fear came into my heart. If I tell him that he's hurting me, it'll get worse. And for me, to say I love you was the hardest word for me to say, love. Because that type of love, I was afraid of him. So therefore, I stayed. Fear will make you do things that you would think you would never do. And fear kept me in that relationship. Fear. I feared if I left that relationship, what would happen? Never thinking that I can escape. I always tell myself, well, if you do, when you leave, you're always coming back. You just in a revolving door, and that's what my life was, a revolving door. Left and came back, left and came back. Because fear kept me coming back. Because if I seen him, I knew I better go back. And I knew when I went back what was going to take place. It may not happen that first week, that second week, or that third week, but it was coming. Oh, it was coming. When I came back, I said I was sorry. He said, that's all right. Just don't do that again. All right? And me, yes, I won't do it again. He would be real nice for a couple of weeks, sometimes a whole month. If he would do something, he'd say, oh, I'm sorry, forgive me. And, sometimes I could see that anger building up in him. And once I see that anger build up in him, he'll get dressed and leave. Because he knew that if he did anything, I was going to leave again. So he had to control the situation. He had to make sure he had complete control over the situation, of me staying and me leaving. He had to make sure that he had it so that I wouldn't leave. I would stay. So he had to be real nice. He had to be very careful. And I had to walk on eggshell, pins and needles. I had to be so careful. I had to be watchful. And I was very watchful of everything I said, how I looked. And, like I said, I never thought that I would ever be speaking about what I went through. Never, ever crossed my mind that I would speak about the abuse. Never in my life I thought, I'm going to talk about this one day. Never. No. It was one of those, what people call hidden secrets that you kept to yourself. You wouldn't talk to no one about it because it was horrible. And it was like I was, you had them welcome mats at your door to welcome people in, let them know they're welcome. They walk on that mat. They don't pick it up, carry it in. They walk on it. I was a welcome mat because I was being walked all over by him. And I never want to say his name. I never will say his name because that really does not matter that you know his name. But I was a welcome mat. And then when I did get out that relationship, it wasn't, once I got out and he left the state of Ohio and I didn't have to worry about me seeing him anywhere. I still had the fear. I still had the hate. I still had the mistrust. I still had the low self-esteem. I still had no love for myself. It was one day at a time. And that one day at a time didn't happen. That deliverance didn't happen a couple of years. No, it took a minute. It took a minute for me to be able to allow another man into my life. That's when I allowed a minister into my life. But I never talked about my past to him or to my family. So, I understand. But you have to know the better days are coming. It gets better. I don't care how bad it looks. It gets better. Sometimes there's the weatherman predicts a storm that's coming and gonna have a rainstorm or whatever. He predicts that. So you're preparing for this to happen. Or you're out and it hasn't started raining yet, but you say, okay, let me go here real quick. And then it starts raining. And it starts raining hard. You don't get mad at the weatherman and want to tell him off. No, I got upset with myself. I said I should have stayed in the house. Why in the world? You knew it was going to rain. Why did you go? I mean, there came that complaining spirit again. So you're going to have those days. You're going to have those down days, those sad days, those crying days, the fault-finding days, the negative days, the talking about yourself days. But believe me when I say it gets better. Through all that I went through, all the abuse, the suffering, I could talk about it now. I could tell you everything about what I went through. So don't give up. One step at a time. One step at a time. Baby steps. You have a destiny, you have a goal, you have a mission. Keep going forward. If you feel that tap on your shoulder, say, don't just give up. Knock it off. Say, I'm going. I'm going to keep going. If you have to go crying, go. Don't stop. Don't give up. You're almost there. And like I always say, God loves you and so do I. And I believe in you, single women. I believe in you. We got this. We're awesome. We're dynamic. We're blessed. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.